Hey, good morning. Welcome to Life Online. We're dealing with attitude this week, and we're getting to the really, really good part. I love this verse, but it flows from what we looked at yesterday. Rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again, rejoice. That's the first choice that we have to make on a daily basis. The second thing is this: let your gentleness be evident to all. In other words, I can live with gentle forbearance, just being patient with others, but especially be patient with God. He is always at work. But instead of being contentious in life, just let gentle forbearance guard your way. That's the second choice. You can make the third choice. And by the way, the Lord is near in all of that. That's why you can just be still, calm, quiet, confident. Third thing, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. In other words, quit worrying and just pray. Roll it over onto God. That's the third choice you can make. And then comes this. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. So we're just going to break this down a little bit. We're going to do it fairly fast. This is a promise you can absolutely count on. And it starts with the peace, the shalom of God. The idea is all of the serenity in which God lives, the completeness, the wholeness, the total stability of God. He's just at peace. He's not worried today about any of the situations that we're faced with. He's got everything completely under control. This peace, the shalom of God, and then this phrase Paul uses, which transcends all understanding. I like this. And by the way, there's two ways this can be viewed. I'll throw them both out. I think it kind of has to do with both. But the first one is this, that this is a peace that is completely beyond all human comprehension. So when Paul speaks of it transcends all understanding, it's like, okay, we trust God, we believe God, we mark this one, we talk about this thing, but we will never fully understand how deep this peace or shalom, the well-being of God that comes into our lives that flows from Him, is all about. So you're never going to fully understand it, but just trust it. But I like the second one too. This is a peace that accomplishes more than any human forethought or scheming can achieve. In other words, when you have anxiety, when you're worried about things and you're trying to either figure it out on your own, or you're trying to go ahead and work out the perfect plan that will help keep you safe, or will just take care of the challenges of life, we need to understand that there is this wholeness, this peace, this serenity of God that does far more than all of the hours of worrying, fretting, all of the forethought, all of the scheming that you can do. God's peace is a whole lot better at managing the challenges of life, so lean into that. So this peace of God, which transcends all understanding, and it says it will guard. The idea is that it stands alert to defend you like a highly trained military squadron. Therefore, you are safe from attack. I don't know if any of you remember some of those, that early season after 9/11. So we had gone through attack as a nation, and when you'd show up in the airport, you'd see some guards, and they were on duty, and they were constantly thinking about, we are on guard here to protect people from unlawful, unjust, these acts, these horrible, these horrific acts of terrorism. And it was a little disconcerting at first. I just wasn't used to that. But I will tell you this, it made me feel absolutely safe. And there is this peace of God that stands guard. And note what it stands guard over: your hearts and your minds. The idea is that the center of your reasoning and all of the emotions of life that actually flow out of what we think about with reasoning in our thought life, as well as the decision-making element of your human will. God's peace is right there beyond comprehension to guard your hearts, your minds, everything that would go on inside of your head, and all of the emotions that go with it, and all of the decisions that you have in front of it. Just don't worry about this. And notice that this promise that you can count on, it's all in Christ Jesus. So shall we go through the verses again? So make these choices. Rejoice in the Lord. I'll say it again, rejoice. And let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. You do this, and as you do this, then you can absolutely count on this promise. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. What a great way to live your life today. Love you much. Be blessed.